you take systems apart. That's why I love when you take the California liberal system apart, which you do better than anybody. Like, thank you so much for your interview with, what's his name?
Gavin
Newsom.
Newsom.
Oh my
A
God.
couple of them.
He's,
And a
yeah, a
few
few
of
of them.
Yeah.
But he is a complete,
Sociopath.
well, he's a bot. He's a
There's
cyborg.
something off. There's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
There's something off. I mean, I guess I would say, because I sat with him for an hour and had a conversation with him, and when people go, well, what's he like? Or he's like a used car salesman or something like that, I just go, no, something's wrong with him, though. Definitely deeply wrong with him. Yeah, he tried to. I literally was thinking about last night, and it's so funny. We talk about, I had to get up this morning and like, my biggest problem is when I'm laying in bed at 3:30 in the morning and something pops in my head. I go, I don't have a notepad. I don't want to get up. Oh, okay, I got to piss. All right, I guess I can piggyback this note onto taking a leak. But
because if you don't write it back, you'll forget it, right?
I was thinking about that interview I did with Gavin Newsom, and people remember the part where he was trying to tell me that half the black and half the Latino people in California don't have access to a checking account. Access. Like, they can't get one. They don't have access to ID. You know, first off, it's the most racist thing in the world. Like, black people can't walk to a bank and get a toaster and sign up for a checking account. But anyway, he's lying. Half of Los Angeles is Latino. So if half of Latinos don't have access to a checking account, that's a lot of people, number one. Number two, if you want a checking account, you can get a checking account. If you don't, and you just want to sell hot dogs with bacon wrapped around it, and you want to work in cash, and you don't want to leave a footprint of your accounting, well, then you would choose not to get a checking account. But that's not having access
exactly.
to it. But anyway, he's lying, and so I grilled him on that. But which was fun.
Nobody who didn't come from a blue-collar background could have known that.
Yeah, well, I grew up here.
I know, that's why I love that you said that to him.
But he also said, what popped in my head at 3 a.m. last night is, in that interview, there's a lot of other stuff in that interview. And, you know, I said, look, I just want government to work big to small, take care of the big stuff, and we'll get to the nonsense, you know, LGBT, trans community. Like, these are small things. We got big things like infrastructure and aqueducts and stuff. And he looked at me, because he's such a politician. It's so funny. He goes, you know what, Adam? I like to work small to big. And he did it like there was going to be an applause break, you know, which it doesn't make sense, by the way, like to work small to big. But I was laying in bed last night, and I went, oh, yeah, you like to work Delta Smelt. And if you get the Delta Smelt situation, small thing taken care of, then we'll get to the forest fires. So that's the definition of small to big.
Yes.
Small is a 3-inch fish that no one cares about. Big is your state's on fucking fire. That's big.
And there's water.
But he liked to work small.
Yeah.
So that's what he was saying.
It is what he was saying.
And I just thought, all right, well, he meant it. He cared more about a smelt than the residents of the Palisades.
Well, he who smelt it dealt it.
That's right.
But yeah, he didn't give a fuck for the living.
He who smelt it dealt it.
No, he who dealt it smelt it. I said.
But it's the Delta smelt.
But it could go the other way too.
Right.
But
Call
he's
Norm,
the one.
See,
He's the one who. He's the one who farted. Right. Gavin laid a big old stanky fart on this whole goddamn. I shouldn't say goddamn. Everyone's mad at me because I've said that. On this whole darned state. He cursed it. Him and his aunt Nancy, they, you know, picked its bones dry and put it in their own pocket, in the pocket of their pervert friends. And they let it burn. They let it burn because now China can come in and buy it up at 2 cents an acre or whatever, like they're trying to do in Hawaii, where I live. They don't care about American or any living human.
I oftentimes say this to Dr. Drew. I just go, what is the end game? Like, what's the upside? Like, are they So here's the metaphor I would use for Gavin Newsom. It's like, picture Gavin Newsom as a guy you hired to work in your warehouse, right? Mm-hmm. And he's driving the forklift and you just hear crashing in the back. Mm-hmm. And you go out there and you go, what happened? The forklift caught the shelf and it knocked it over, but we'll clean it up. And you go, oh, okay, well, be careful. Guy makes a lot of mistakes out there. And then you go back in the office and you hear the forklift is bashed through the side of the building. Now there's a big hole in the cinder block and you're like, what's going on with the forklift? And you go, sorry, man, I thought I was in reverse. I was in forward, man. It won't happen again. About the third time he plows into your office with the forklift, you go, is he a bad forklift operator or is he trying to destroy this warehouse?
Yeah.
And then someone would go, well, he doesn't want to destroy the warehouse. Give him a break. And I'd go, I did used to think that way, but I just heard some more stuff fall over. Right. I'm sorry, I knocked something else. And I'm like, are you just incompetent or are you trying to ruin this place?
Right.
Because I'm not sure. It's starting to seem like you're trying to ruin this place, but I can't imagine you would be trying to destroy the warehouse. Maybe those are just mistakes, but it's also kind of a weird thing that if people here's the job assessment for Gavin Newsom. Are you evil or are you just super incompetent? And then people start defending him like, no, he's just super incompetent. Give him a break. And I'm like, I know, right? He's running California. Maybe we get someone who's not evil or incompetent. Like, because it's the Joe Biden thing.
Well, they tried to recall him and he fixed that.
I know, but it's like
he
all
was
these people.
Recalled like 20 million to 1.
Does Joe Biden hate the country? Or just not know anything? Or does Kamala Harris hate this place? Or is Gavin Newsom hate this place, or is he just not? At a certain point, it's either stupid or liar. It's like at a certain point, just get rid of them.
Yeah, neither are good options.
They're both bad options. You still have a warehouse that's in disrepair because this guy either can't drive a forklift or he hates your guts and is smashing everything with a forklift. I don't know what it is.
I do.
You do.
Or he's getting paid from
China's paying him to destroy my warehouse.
Built warehouse.
So China,
that's going to be bigger and better than your warehouse.
A smart warehouse.
China
and they're going to buy everything in your warehouse for pennies on the dollar.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Are we there? Is it that bad? Like, my
it's
thing
always
is,
been
I never
that
think
way.
that way.
No, but that is how it is. That's what our form of capitalism does. It goes wherever there's pools of money and extricates them. Mm-hmm.
I get it.
It has nothing to do with morals or
nothing.
No,
listen, I get it.
And they ran out of other places to bleed, so they came back home because this is where the money is. And thank God we got Trump, and he'll save some of it before they send it to Dubai or Ukraine or other places they're building their dream sex islands at with our money. Yeah.
Oh, pedophiles.
Oh, hell yeah.
See, I never go there. I never think that. Not yet.
Because they're that evil, because that's who they are.
No, listen, I am naive.
I know.
In the sense that.
But you're sweet.
I just go, who would do that to somebody? Like, why would you do that? It's not your job. Your job's to run the state. Do the best job you can.
Because the people who pay them, they're all prostitutes. And the people who's paying them, who have all the money, they want the American farmlands. God, they're going to be able to feed their billions of friggin' slaves.
So you see